Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the 3 by the Sea Designs podcast. Today is Friday, April 28th, 2023, and my name is Kim. I am part of 3 by the Sea Designs, a shop that I own with my mom Dreama and my sister Becky. And this podcast is all about our shop life, our knitting lives, things that we are currently working on. Thanks so much for joining me. Today's a jam-packed episode. We've got lots and lots to talk about, so I'm really excited to get started. It is almost noon and I can't believe the day has already gotten away from me. I was planning on recording this morning, but a storm came through and the lighting was really overcast outside. There was hardly any sunshine, and so I had to wait just a couple of hours to go ahead and get started. So I've got some really fun shop news to talk about and show you. I have a finished object, I have progress on all of my whips, and I have a new cast on as well. What else? I think this will be a nice chat. I have a cup of coffee. This is my second cup of the day. It's in this really cute mug that my daughter gave me for Christmas last year. Knitting keeps me from unraveling, and I love this mug. I hope you have something to drink. I hope you have a project you're working on, and let's get settled in and get going. All right, let's talk some shop news. So on the last episode, I hinted that there was going to be a new mystery sock set coming to the shop, and it is in the theme of Alice in Wonderland. It's called Tea in Wonderland. It's the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, that classic scene from the classic movie Alice in Wonderland. It is full of bright and fun, whimsical colors. Here's the inspiration picture that we put up on the listing, and it is available now in our shop. It's a sock set. It comes with a full skein and a coordinating mini of our Sanibel base, which is our fingering weight 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend. And there is an option for a two-piece stitch marker or progress keeper set. You get to choose the clasp on that, and it's going to be so much fun. We love doing our mysteries, our mystery club that we've been calling it, and it will ship out on May 25th. So it is up for sale now in our Etsy shop, and it will ship out pretty much the last week of May. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited about that. So many of you have already purchased it, but there's plenty left. So once they're sold out, we will not be adding any more to the shop. We don't usually make any extras of these, and we're planning to wait at least until the following year to bring back any colorways to the shop from our mystery sets. So this is sort of an exclusive, one-of-a-kind club, and it's always a lot of fun. We package everything all secretive with tissue, and it comes in a fun mailer, so it's a really fun experience. I think you'll enjoy it if you haven't already purchased one of our mystery clubs. Another thing I wanted to mention is that our summer collection is coming out on Saturday, June 3rd at noon Eastern Time. It will have a brand new collection of project bags, stitch markers, and new hand-dyed yarn that will all coordinate in a summery type of theme. We'll do a special preview episode, of course, for that collection, and we can't wait to show you what we've come up with. Saturday, May 6th is a really fun day because that is when we are putting in our sort of new mini collection that we came up with. There's brand new yarn, 2 new colorways, brand new stitch markers, and brand new project bags. Normally we don't add project bags in between our quarterly updates, but we just could not resist this fabric, and just the whole collection goes so well together, so we just couldn't resist. We had to make these bags. Becky found this adorable fabric and it just went from there. So I'm going to show you the yarn first, the 2 new colorways, and then I'll show you the project bags, and then I will show you the new stitch markers coming to the shop. So the first colorway we have is called Fireside. This is a variegated colorway with lots of different colors, very earth toned. It's got greens and blues and browns and oranges, like a burnt fire orange. We thought it looked just like sitting around the campfire when you're camping with all of the nature around you. There's some detail up close. It's got speckles, it's got some more solid areas. Really, really beautiful. So this is called Fireside. We will have it available across all of our bases. I'm going to show you what each base looks like. So this is our Sanibel base, which is our fingering weight yarn, 75-25 superwash merino nylon. We also will have it in a sock set on our Sanibel base. This is the sock set. It comes with two 20-gram minis, one in green and one in brown. So this is the sock set. We will have it available on DK. Did I bring DK in here? Yes. This is DK. This is our DK sock set. Also comes with two minis in the green and the brown. And we will have it on our MCN base, which is a cashmere, it's a 80-10-10 superwash merino nylon cashmere blend. So, so pretty. And we also added it on our Surrey base. Look how beautiful on the Surrey. You guys have been loving our Surrey base. So that is Fireside. I'll show you all of the, let me go grab a DK weight skein by itself. So this is the DK skein. It is also a 75-25 superwash merino nylon. So we've got the fingering weight Sanibel, our Sanibel sock set. And we have the DK, this is our Destin base, as well as a Destin sock set. We have it on the Coquina base, which is our cashmere fingering weight base. I can't remember if I said all of this already, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. And we will have it on the Surrey base. These would be so pretty together. This would be a great color work yarn to use for a contrast for your color work. Our tonal that we made for our second colorway goes so well with this. So let me show you that. Let me show you the fingering weight first. So we are calling this Satchel. It is a gorgeous chocolate warm tone brown. And it reminded Becky and I both of like a old leather satchel, and we both came up with like the leather idea. And Becky was like, yeah, it's like a cowboy sitting around the fire with his old leather satchel sitting next to him. And I thought, okay, that's perfect. So we both loved Satchel. And it goes so well with Fireside. The color work in this would be so stunning. It would make such a good contrast for these two. So this is our Sanibel base. We will also have it on our Destin DK, our Coquina cashmere base, and we had a few skeins of mohair left from when we did some pre-orders a couple of months ago, so I put it on mohair as well. Look how beautiful that mohair is. This is a mohair silk blend. It's absolutely gorgeous. These two together would make the most beautiful sweater or shawl or cowl. So that is Satchel. So what do you guys think? I really love these. You could use Fireside as your main color and hold it double with the mohair satchel. Or you could use Fireside on the Surrey base and hold it double with our tonal in satchel. And of course, if you wanted to make socks with it, you could use the sock sets. This is the fingering weight, and then this is the DK. They're just so gorgeous. Satchel is this mini, and we didn't name the green mini because we don't have it in the shop as one of our tonals. It's in the same vein as Sprig. If you have any of our Sprig, which I think we may have a couple of skeins left in DK on Sprig, but Sprig was a darker green, but it would look really good with this. Also, I pulled a skein of White Sands because White Sands looks so pretty with not just satchel, but it also looks really pretty with Fireside. All three of these together would be gorgeous. Especially if you had the green mini to go with it. How beautiful would those be together? So those are our two new colorways. We're very excited about them. Oh, I dyed up I made a swatch. I totally forgot to show this. This is the swatch of Fireside. I didn't make a swatch for Satchel just because it's a tonal, so it's pretty much gonna look the way you see it. But as you can see, it's very variegated. It's an all over sort of random technique that we use, and it makes such a beautiful knit. There's lots of speckles in it, so you get those little pops of color everywhere. Let's see if I can hold this up a little closer. It's such a great colorway. And it's gonna look so pretty and know anything that you make with it because it's such a sort of random all over. It's not going to pool. It's going to be great in a sweater or a shawl or a hat or socks, anything that you make with it. It will relatively look like this. Very neutral and earth tones. It just looks like you're going out camping. Looks like you're out in nature. Let me show you our new project bags that we have to go with this. We have two prints. This print that I'm going to show you first is sort of what launched this whole thing. Like I was saying, Becky found this adorable print and we knew we just absolutely had to bring it to the shop. So many of you guys we know are Snoopy and Charlie Brown and just the Peanuts gang fans, and we've done a couple of Charlie Brown themed yarn colorways, and we've got fun Charlie Brown and Snoopy stitch markers, and you guys just always love it. So when we found this print, we were like, okay, we have to bring this to the shop because it's just perfect for this time of year. So this is our new Happy Campers project bag. Look how adorable. It's got Snoopy and all the little Woodstocks and his friends. There are so many things going on. They're sitting around the fire, roasting marshmallows. They're sleeping in their sleeping bags. Snoopy's reading a book to them. It's just so cute. Look at the inside. How adorable. And the detailing on the bags are so cute. It's got the zigzag stitching along the bottom in an orange color. And this is a drawstring, so we will have, we will not have zippered bags this time. I know I've talked to you guys the last couple episodes about our zipper versus drawstring project bags. And because this fabric is a regular cotton fabric, it's not a duck cloth like we normally have been using, we are only able to make it in a drawstring this time. We thought that the fleece that we got was going to work, but when we started working with it and once Becky made up one of the bags, it was just wrinkling and it wasn't working. So for now, when we use it with the duck cloth, it's fine. But when we use it on a regular fabric like this, it doesn't really work well, the fleece that we had. So we're kind of back to square one with that. We're not sure long-term what will happen with that. But as long as we use a duck cloth for the zippered bags, it's okay. I hope that wasn't confusing. But anyway, this is what the inside looked like. I give you a better view of that. So we will have mediums available in drawstrings, and we also have something really, really exciting. We will have it in a small drawstring. So this is a new style. Normally we only have medium, large, or no, we have medium and extra large drawstrings. But we thought since it's almost summertime, lots of people are knitting on smaller projects like socks and hats, we thought it would be really fun to offer a small size drawstring bag. So this is the same size as our regular small bag that's zippered. The only difference is that it is a drawstring at the top instead of the zipper. And it has a sturdy bottom. As you can see, there's nothing in it, but I'm holding it up and it does still stand up. So it doesn't have that fleece lining like our zippered bags. It is a little bit thinner than our zippered bags because there's no fleece. But for a drawstring bag, you don't need that extra cushioning like you do with the zippered bags, because once you cinch it up, if the fleece is in there, it's too thick, so it doesn't cinch up right. So that's why we don't put the fleece lining in our drawstring bags. So it will be available in small drawstrings as well as the medium drawstrings, and we are so excited about it. So that is Happy Campers. And we also have another project bag, keeping in line with the Peanuts Gang theme. Here is an adorable Charlie Brown themed project bag. It's got all the gang on there, including Snoopy and Linus and Charlie Brown. The black with the yellow stitching on the bottom is just perfect for Charlie Brown. We used black drawstrings for this one, which looks adorable. The lining inside is a bright yellow. And this one will also be available in the small sock size as well as the medium drawstrings. So those are our two new project bags. We are so excited about them. The drawstring bags are so great. I love them. I use them all the time. They cinch right up. Nothing falls out of them. If you have any notions or anything, a notions pouch or a notions bag or a little mini bag will fit right inside of them. So you don't have to worry about losing any of your little notions. But like I said, I've cinched one up before, turned it over, and tried to dump everything out. These corded drawstrings do not come apart at all. So you don't have to worry about losing anything. They fit your projects perfectly. These are, the small would be for something like a sock or a sock set or a hat project, maybe 1 or 2 skein projects. You can fit at least 3 skeins in the medium, so a bigger project would fit in here. The tee that I just started, the garment, I'll show it to you later. It fits in my medium-sized drawstring, so, and it fits just fine. So they are roomy, great sizes, and just super, super fun. All right, so that is the new project bags, the new yarn, and we came up with some really, really cute new stitch markers and progress keepers that I'll show you now. We're still waiting for a couple of stitch marker, a couple of charms to come in, and hopefully they will be here by next weekend when the update is, but we went ahead and made the ones that we have already, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you those. So this is a 3-piece set. It comes with these adorable metal enamel charms. One is a little campfire, one is a tree stump, and one is a grass. So this will be a 3-piece set. We haven't named these yet, so I don't know what they will what they'll be named, but they'll all be in the new section. This is another 3-piece set with some really pretty bronze metal charms. One is a compass, a hat, and binoculars. So that is our second 3-piece set. Hopefully you can see these. We have a ring set, and the main progress keeper says, "Wake up and smell the campfire." Hopefully you can see that. I don't know with the glare. But this is a ring set. It comes with 10 of these small silver rings. It's perfect for sock knitting. I think the rings are like an 8mm ring, so they're equivalent to our small rings that we have in the shop. And there's 3 dangle charms. You can use those for beginning of round or to mark a certain spot that you need, with little camp charms dangling from them. We have a new light bulb set in all the perfect camping colors. The progress keeper is a mountain scene with a little tent and a campfire. And then the light bulbs, there's 24 light bulbs, light bulb pins in 4 different colors, perfect for camp. And then our ring set, our second ring set, is another mountain scene. This one's a little bit different colors, in case you don't like traditional camp colors. It's like a nighttime starry mountain scene with matching rings. These rings come with 12 rings. There's 4 different colors, so there's 3 of each color. And you can get these in our small or our large rings. Smalls are 8mm and the larges are 10mm rings. This is the large set. And then we have an adorable moon, because who doesn't love camping under the moonlight? That is a single stitch marker, one of our resin charms. And then we also have a really cute baby Snoopy charm coming. I'll put a picture up of it here. We don't have it yet, but this is what the charm looks like. It'll be a stitch marker or a progress keeper. And we also have our I think we call them glampers. Yes, we call them glampers. This is what they look like. We've had them pretty much since the beginning of us doing stitch markers 5 years ago. It comes in a pink or a blue color, but they're just not here yet, so I don't have them to show you. But those will also be available as singles as well. So that is our new little mini collection. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady. She does a really fun summer sock camp every year, which is a fun sock knit along from June, July, and August, where you just knit socks, and it's a lot of fun. So if you don't already know what summer sock camp is, definitely check out her YouTube channel and her Instagram page. I'm sure she'll talk soon about all the details of summer sock camp. and so you can get in on that knit along as well. I love knitting socks. I love knitting them over the summer, and I've always participated in her sock camp knit along, and this little collection that we have just goes perfectly with camping, the sock camp theme. Our camping themed stitch markers and project bags have always been so popular, and we knew when we saw this Snoopy fabric that we just had to make a little mini camping collection. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the new collection, and we're really excited about it. Everything will go up for purchase on Saturday, May 6th at noon Eastern in our Etsy shop. There's a link to our Etsy shop, as well as all of our contact information and everything that I talk about in the description box down below. All right, so let's move on to finished objects and works in progress. First, let me share with you what I'm wearing. This is the Ocotillo Tea by Melissa Kemmerer. I'll put a link to her down below. She's from Nomadic Knits. I talk about them a lot. And I made this last summer. There's some really great detail on the sleeve, starting at the top, going all the way down your sleeve, and it also goes down all the way down the side. Let me see if I can stand up and show it to you. The detail goes all the way down the side as well, this lacework detail. It's a fingering weight sweater. I dyed this yarn, I don't know, sometime in the last couple of years. It has a stellina in it, and I absolutely love this top. It's a little warm because it's wool and I live in Florida, but because it's short sleeved and it's fingering weight, I can wear it and it's fine, even in the summertime. So I really love this top. The pattern was very easy to follow. Didn't take me that long at all. I have one finished object from me, and then I have two finished objects to show you actually from my mom. One of them was a gift for me, and the other one was a gift for my daughter. So I'll show you those in just a moment. But I finished the Blossoms Over Tokyo socks that I made for my mom for Mother's Day. I talked a lot about these on the last podcast episode where I showed you how I faded in the 20-gram mini at the top as well as at the bottom. It's a plain vanilla sock with a butterfly heel from Kay Jones and a rounded umbrella toe also from Kay Jones. Both of those are two techniques that I learned when I knitted her sock pattern. Kay Jones is from the Bakery Bears. She has a great spread of patterns that she designs, and these were in the heel I learned from her lattice top socks, and the toe I learned from her, I think they're the vanilla cream socks. So she's great at tutorials, she's great at explaining things and how to do the techniques that she teaches you in her patterns. She's really, really good at that. So I love how they turned out. Like I said, these are a gift for my mom for Mother's Day. And I mean, she's already seen them, so they're not going to be a surprise, but I think she'll like them. The fade that I used to fade in the color was a link that I found online from, I think it's from a pumpkin patch? No, something patch. It's a website and it has a tutorial on there on how to fade your colors in, not just into socks. In fact, it was just a fade to show you how to fade colors. You could use this technique on anything. So I'm just calling these my Blossoms Over Tokyo socks because that is the name of the colorway sock set that I used that we had in our spring collection. And I really, really love how they turned out. That pop of color just fades so perfectly into the pink. Unfortunately, we don't have any of these sock sets left in the shop, but we do have a couple of skeins of this left. I think, oh, we actually have DK weight sock sets, and it comes with 2 minis because So because you fade this in at the top as well as at the bottom, I used almost the whole 20-gram mini for both socks. So for DK weight, you would definitely need 2 minis if you wanted to do it at the top and at the bottom. So we have some DK weight sock sets of Blossoms Over Tokyo. We also have some single skeins of DK as well as our cashmere, our coquina base. Yes, so we have it on coquina, Destin, and our Destin sock set left. So that's my one finished object. My mom finished a pair of fingerless gloves for me. I'm gonna put them on and show you. Actually, I'll hold them up first and show you. They turned out so cute. She posted a picture of these in our Mermakers Facebook group, I don't know, a while back. And I actually had these last episode and I was gonna show them and I forgot. So these are a pattern that my mom loves making fingerless mitts, and I'm not sure what the name of the pattern is, but I'll put it up at the bottom of the screen now. But she used our Be My Valentine Chuck mystery colorway that we had back in February. And it was a sock set with the yellow mini. And she used the chevron pattern that I had from my Chevron Shorties socks pattern that I came out with earlier this year. And then she striped the bottoms, or the cuff. She striped the cuff, and she used the chevron pattern for these. So cute. I love them. These are a DK weight pattern, so she held the fingering weight double to make them DK weights. So that's that. I'll put a link if I can to the pattern that she used. And then my mom also made, she's so sweet, she made a crochet top for my daughter Olivia. This is what it looks like. I will put all of the details of what the pattern name is, where you can find it, and the yarn as well that she used. I know this is a cotton yarn. It's either 100% cotton or a cotton blend. I can't remember, but I'll put all the information in the description box below, and I'll also put it here on the screen as well. But this is just a fun crochet top for her to wear to the beach or to the, going out to a pool. She could wear it over her bathing suit. It's very open and airy, so you would definitely have to wear something underneath it, like a tank top if you were going to wear it out, or if maybe your bathing suit underneath it. And she made it a little bit longer than I think what the pattern called for. But I just love it. It's fun, bright, summery colors. And she already gave it to Olivia, but of course I had to hold on to it so I could show it on the podcast, because this was definitely worth showing to you guys. I tried to get them to come on and show whenever Becky or my mom have a project going on, and I will get them on this podcast. Mark my words, Mom and Becky. It's just hard to coordinate. It's hard enough for me to coordinate a time for myself to do the podcast, let alone all three of us sitting down and recording. It would probably take us all day to do that, but it would be a lot of fun, and I know you guys would love to see them. So this is a beautiful, beautiful crochet top that my mom Dreama made for Olivia. Speaking of Olivia, I want to say a huge, huge thank you, to everyone who has left me such sweet comments and messages about the last episode and the things that I shared about Olivia. I did have a sort of breakdown moment, and everyone kept telling me, don't apologize for getting upset or getting emotional. And you guys were right. I wasn't embarrassed to talk about anything or that I broke down and cried. But it's just really hard for me to talk about what happened with her dad. And I hadn't really openly talked about it other than, you know, to my family, of course. So that was a real kind of breakthrough moment for me. And I think the last 2 years have been really hard, obviously, for us dealing with that situation. But by the grace of God, we have gotten through it. And it will always be somewhat of a struggle. And you guys are right. I shouldn't apologize for feeling that way or for getting emotional. This is real life, and I'm a real person that goes through things just like everyone goes through things. Life is hard sometimes. So I just really want to say so much thank you guys for all of the sweet, you know, messages and condolences, and just the encouraging words that you guys gave me. I really appreciate it. I've read every comment and message. I have not been able to respond to everyone yet, but I will go through them and respond to each and every one of you. So thank you guys again for supporting me through that and being there for me. It means so much to me, more than you'll ever know. And I do want to share things about my life and about, you know, more personal things. And I think that was a big one, like I was saying last time. So maybe it's easier to talk about now that it's out there. And it's a struggle, you know, but we're getting through it. And I love having this podcast to share not just things about our shop and things that I'm working on, but also personal things too. Because like I said, I am a real person. I'm not just a podcaster or a knitter. I'm a mom, and I, you know, have a life outside of this too. But just thank you guys so much. All right, let's quickly go through my works in progress. The Orchid Adventure wrap, I am on the last colorway. So I guess I'm in the middle of a row on my Orchid Adventure wrap, so I can't get it all the way out to show you, like stretch it out. But I'm on the last colorway. This is the last one. This is the Orchid Adventure wrap from Bigger Than Life Knits. This one is the darkest, and it's fading from light to dark. Or dark to light, it will fade, I guess. And I've done like just a couple of rows of the very last color. So this is technically the 3 colors. You can see it fading from the light at the bottom all the way getting darker at the top. So I'm almost done with this. I've really enjoyed it. I talked a lot about it on the last couple of episodes, and I don't know why I stopped in the middle of a row. I was probably tired and put it down right before I went to sleep. So I was, let's see, where's my progress keeper? I was here last time, and I've done that much since then. And like I said, I'm just chugging along. I'm on the last colorway, so I have a feeling by the next episode this will be finished, and I can block it and stretch it out and show it to you and just snuggle into it. It's so snuggly. I love the pattern. Highly recommend it. I finished one of the socks. I'm pretty sure this wasn't finished last episode. So I finished one of my DK weight striped socks that I'm making out of our Candy Hearts Minis set, and I'm holding it double with our white sands on our stellina base. It's turning out so cute. I love it. And I'm already on to the second one. I've got the cuff done, and I'm working on the second stripe. So I'm holding these double. These are the minis, whoops, our Candy Hearts Minis set, and I'm holding it double with a fingering weight. This is our white sands on our stellina base. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of these left. Actually, no. There's no more stellina left, but we have it on our other bases as well. We don't carry the stellina all the time, but we will have it back in the future because we love this base. So they're just turning out so, so cute. I love the stripes. I love how it looks marled. When you hold two different colors together, it gives it that really beautiful marled look, especially when one of them is a solid and highly contrasted with the minis, with your other color. So that's progress on that. I also have some progress on Olivia's corner to corner blanket that I showed you on the last episode. It's in this giant tote bag that was my grandmother's, that my mom gave me. And I've made quite a bit of progress on this. So I'm using, I pulled all of these from stash or scraps. They're all either golds, black, grays, tans, some neutral colors as well, just for contrast. And let's see. Last time I showed this, I was, oh wow, all the way down there. At that pink stripe where my progress keeper is, was where I showed it last time. So I have done all of this since then. This is going to be a fingering weight corner to corner knit blanket. It's just a garter stitch. And I'm kind of just making things up as I go. And it's going to be for her new house that she just bought. She asked specifically for these types of colors. So I'm really, really happy with it. This is such an easy sort of mindless knit, but it also is really fun because, so I'm doing every 14 rows, I'm doing a color change. So there's 7 garter ridges per color. And I just really love it. Even though these aren't my colors, like I wouldn't necessarily pick all of these to have. I love them. I love them all together. And I think they're gonna look really pretty with the colors that she's using in her room. It's just gonna be a great little throw blanket for her to use. So that is where I'm at with the blanket. I do have a new cast on that I want to show you. It is in my Tea and Blossoms project bag that we had in our spring collection. This is our medium size drawstring. And this is what I was saying about the drawstrings, where they just cinch up and they look like that once they're all cinched up, and nothing is going to fall out of them. They're not going to open on their own. You have to actually pull it open. So I started a rocket tee. I've been wanting to make this forever. Let me show you what it looks like. It's the rocket tee by Tanis Fiber Arts, who is a really well-known designer as well as yarn dyer. And it's a summertime tee, short sleeved with a V-neck, and it stripes in between a fingering weight yarn, and you can either use a mohair or a Surrey, which is what I'm using. Looks like that. And you don't have to stripe it, you don't have to alternate those colors. I wanted to make it, for the first one that I make, I wanted to make it true to the pattern, how she designed it. But I'm already now that I've already gotten into it, I already know I want to make another one with maybe like a solid color, because I love the construction of it and I love how simple it is to make. And I think it will be a great pattern to have for me in Florida. I can wear this year round, even in the winter months when it's a little bit warmer days, I can wear this. So let me stop showing you the pattern and show you the project. I'm using a, okay, so the fingering weight yarn is a sage green color that I dyed a long time ago. I have been holding on to this yarn because I just was trying to find the right project for it. And I had dyed the Surrey as well in the same color. Do I have the Surrey in here? Yes. So this color doesn't have a name. I'm just calling it sage or like a hazel color. And it has some stellina in it as well, because you guys know I love stellina yarn. I use it all the time. So those are the two yarns that I'm using. But you don't hold them double. You alternate them. You stripe them into the project. So the construction of this is really, really neat. I've gotten to the point where I'm knitting in the round. You start off knitting flat and you're knitting the top and you're doing your raglan increases. And then where the V-neck starts is where you start and you join in the round. And then you do a little bit more increases before you split for the sleeves. So right now, this is a good way to show the stripes. It's a little hard to see how it's all coming together right now. Like, this is a good way to show you. This will be my left shoulder sleeve. And so you can see the raglan increases here. And you just have to make sure that you remember to change your stripe every, I don't know, 8 rows or something. It's a paid for pattern, so I can't give too much of it away, but the construction of it is brilliant the way that she does it. I highly, highly recommend the pattern. And I really love it. I love the color. I think it's gonna look great. And I'm not worried about, like, will probably wear something underneath it, but when it's on, I don't think you'll be able to see through the lace sections. So I'm very, very happy with it. I've been wanting to make one of these forever. And I was like, finally, like, you know what? It's almost summer. I need to have some summer tops, some more summer tops. So I think it's gonna be lovely, lovely, lovely. And once I'm done with the increases and I split for the sleeves, then I'll just do the body. I'll probably do the body a little bit longer. I did go up a needle size because I tend to be a little bit tighter of a knitter. So I did go up a needle size to, see, these is ChowGoos that you can't read. I'm using a size US 6 4.0 millimeter needle. These are ChowGoo red lace fixed needles. So I'm just loving it. I love the yarn. I'm glad I saved it for this project. It's been really, really enjoyable so far. And like I was saying, I feel like this is going to be something I could make multiples of because it's perfect for the climate for Florida. Okay, so that's it for progress on my current whips that I'm working on. My Battenberg crochet granny square blanket, I decided between 2 colors for the contrast. The contrast color, she says to use either a neutral or even a bare yarn, but I wanted there to be some kind of color. So I'm thinking it's either going to be this mushroomy color. This was a color, this was one of the minis in our Memories of Paris sock set. This was the color of one of the minis. And I dyed a skein of it, a big skein. And I really love how it turned out on the big skein. So I'm probably either going to use this, or if I want to go with a more traditional creamy color for my contrast, This is a really pretty, I dyed this just to see what, it's because it's a new dye that we have, and it's an ecru color, and it wouldn't be tonally variegated, like it wouldn't be variegated like this where you can see the different tone on tones. It would be all one color, probably in one of these darker tones. But I really, really love this, and I love the variegation on this one. But for my blanket, I want it to be more of a solid. So I'm thinking I may go more with this one, only because it's more neutral, I guess. It's more, it would probably match all of the little squares that I've made better. And it's lighter, so it would be more contrast. But I really love this mushroom color. But maybe I can save this for something else, and I'll have to dye up. I think you need quite a bit of this. I'll probably at least 4 skeins. So I'm thinking this is the one that I'm gonna end up going with. Some version of one of the shades in this color. I don't know if they're showing up the differences, but it's really, really, really pretty. I want to make a pair of socks for my son for his birthday, which is Monday, but that's okay. I'm going to use this self-striping colorway from String Theory Colorworks. It's a 75-25 superwash merino nylon, and the colorway is called Exoplanet. I should have taken a picture of it before I caked it up, but it's blues and like a neon green and purples stripes. And it says stripe pattern 10 rose blue, 10 rose lilac, 10 rose green. So I guess every 10 rows, so 3 stripe colorway. 463 yards, 100 grams. I got this so long ago, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And I always knew I wanted to make him socks with it, but I never did. I don't know why. But I was like, I pulled it out and I was like, okay, I'm gonna cake it up and show it to him and see what he thinks. And he loved it, so I'm gonna make him some socks with it. Ryan is my son. He is about to be 14, which is so completely crazy. Okay, anything else I want to talk about? Oh yes. We had a custom order come in for some different bases than we offer in the shop. And because of the quantities that the customer wanted, we were able to purchase them and work with these really amazing different yarns. So I wanted to show that before I ship them out, I wanted to show them to you guys and talk about them a little bit because they're quite different than what we have in our shop. And again, this is a custom order, so it's not bases that we have in our shop, but they're really unusual and I wanted to talk about them. So the first base is a llama. It's 100% llama. It's a fingering weight. Look how beautiful that turned out. We're calling this colorway Raven. And this customer wanted black and white for the colors. So, but because it's not wool, it's not like a merino wool, and it's not a superwash treated yarn, dyes react differently to different bases. You hear dyers say that all the time, that each colorway, each base, the colorway looks different on every one because the fiber content is different and the dye reacts with different fibers differently. So you're gonna get much more muted colors on bases that aren't superwash treated or that aren't like 100% wool. So this is Raven. It's a beautiful, beautiful black. and this is llama. It's very, very soft. It's a little bit toothy as far as it's not like a smooth yarn. You can kind of see some halo there, but it's very, very soft. It was really interesting to work with these yarns. So this is a DK weight. It's 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. And again, in that raven black color. It is so, so soft, and it's going to be so drapey. And even with, I mean, it's got the silk and the cashmere in it. It's super, super soft. Definitely one of my favorites that we dyed. And then the last one that I want to show you is a Camel Silk blend. It's 50% camel, 50% silk. Now, when you get this yarn, the undyed base of the yarn is already a brown color. It's like a dark, not super dark, but it's definitely darker. I wish I had it to show you, but I've already dyed them both. But this is, so this is a camel silk base, 50% camel, 50% silk, in this beautiful raven color. But because it has the brown base, it colorways look completely different on it because it's already brown. So it's just so interesting to see how the different colorways look. Now, because this customer wanted black and white, I wasn't able to get this fully white because it was already a brown base, but this is a couple of shades lighter than what the undyed skeins look like. But it turned out so, so beautifully. A nice creamy tan color. So for example, let me show you something. Just so you can compare, this is the llama, 100% llama in the white color that we dyed. I don't have an undyed skein to show you to compare, but we added just a very creamy white dye to them, and it does change the color of the base skein. So this is the same base in the raven color, and this is, we're gonna call this ivory. So, but if you look at ivory on llama compared to ivory on the camel base, you can see the difference, and that's because the base of the camel silk blend is already a brown base with the same dye on them. They're just so fun to work with. I really enjoyed working with these different bases that we had never worked with before. Your technique has to be a little bit different because, like I was saying, these are not superwash. These are different fibers that most dyers don't really work with very much. So the way that you dye them and the heating techniques and the treatment of them is much, much different than something that's superwash or 100% merino wool. You have to be very careful with these types of fibers when you're agitating them or soaking them, rinsing them out, that type of thing. But I'm very, very happy to have gotten the experience of working with them, and I just really, really love how they turned out. This base, the Camel Silk blend, I know that alpaca with the cashmere in it I said I loved, but this one is probably the softest of all of them. And that may be because it's 50% silk, but the camel fiber is so, so soft. You would not think that a camel would be soft, but it is. And it's just gorgeous the way that they turned out. So thank you to the customer who ordered these beautiful yarns and for letting us do that for you. If you ever have any custom orders, or you have a base in mind that we don't carry, reach out to us and let us know if you would like us to do something fun like that. And maybe eventually we will carry something like this. I mean, these are very like luxury type of yarns. They cost quite a bit more than regular yarns, like just a merino nylon blend. And, but they are well worth it, let me tell you, because to make something out of this would just be absolutely stunning. So that was a really fun experience, and I thought it would be interesting to share it with you guys about all of the different sort of exotic type of luxury bases that we got to dye up. So let me know if you guys are participating as well in summer sock camp, or if you're planning on knitting any socks this summer, whether it's for the knit along or otherwise. I last year like had all of these grandiose plans to make all of these socks, and I think I ended up making like 3 pairs over the whole summer. I don't remember, but it wasn't as much as I had planned. So this year I'm gonna scale back a little bit, and I have 3 yarns that I want to share with you that I want to make socks with. The first one is this Cascade Yarns Heritage Prints. It's a 75/25 superwash merino nylon. I got this from the Crazy Sock Lady when she had her website and she had stuff in her shop, and it's really, really soft. I've wanted to try this brand, but I have so many socks for myself already that I decided this summer is going to be my gift sock knitting. So I am going to make all of these for other people. So these will probably be a pair for maybe my mom, because she likes kind of neutral earth tone colors like this. And then I have this really fun sock set or skein set from Desert Vista Dye Works. Looks like this, and the colorway is Monopoly, and it's 2 half skeins, so they're each 50 grams. So I'm gonna make something with these in the form of socks. It's like a self-striping color. Oops, what am I doing? There, that's her logo. And then I have a skein, I kept a skein of the Wizard of Oz sock set that we did, which was our last mystery sock set. And I want to make a pair of socks out of these as well, because I just love this colorway. So those are my only plans right now so far for summer sock camp. What are your plans, if you have any? Do you like to knit socks? Have you ever knit socks? Or will this be your first summer knitting socks? So many people say that they'd never knit socks before camp, before this knit along. So if you ever have any questions, I'm a pretty good sock knitter. Not to toot my own horn, but I've knit a lot of socks and I've designed a couple of sock patterns. So if you ever have any questions about socks, let me know. So I think that is everything. I know that was a lot. This will probably be a long episode. Thank you guys again so much for sticking with me to the end. And thank you all so much for your sweet thoughts and messages from the last episode. You guys are so sweet, and I just love doing this and doing what we do here. And so thanks for all your support, and we just love this community. I will see you guys again in a couple of weeks. Don't forget, next weekend is our shop update for our mini collection with the new camp yarn and the new project bags. We're just so excited about this new collection. We hope you guys love it. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. I'll see you again on the next episode in a couple of weeks. Take care, everyone. Bye.